Hello everyone, welcome you all for the analytical chemistry lab, and our today's experiment is iodometric titration. So here our aim is to determine the strength of the known solution of copper sulfate by titrating it against the standard solution of sodium thiosulfate, or we can also say hyposolution, using Ki as a source of iodine and starch as an indicator. So let me explain you the theory first. So iodometric titrations are also redox titration, that means oxidation and reduction reactions will take place. So we will have the oxidizing agent as well as the reducing agent. So here copper sulfate acts as oxidizing agent, that means it oxidizes and reduces itself. So first reaction is copper sulfate plus Ki potassium iodide. So this is the source of iodine. That means in iodometric titration, the iodine used to liberate within the reaction mixture. So how? So because of this, iodine is liberating. How? So copper sulfate when react with potassium iodide, it forms an unstable compound, copper iodide, and since it is unstable, it further releases the iodine in the form of ITU and forms cuprous iodide. So how? Means it is oxidizing your iodine and reducing itself. So if you see the states, oxidation state, this is +2 and here it is going to +1, -1, and iodine from -1 it is going to 0 state. That means this is act as a oxidizing agent and it is reducing your iodine. Then next, what happen when we will titrate this reaction mixture? Now copper sulfate plus Ki will be your reaction mixture and we have to titrate it against the standard solution of hyposolution or sodium thiosulfate. So this we have to take in the burette. So now this act as a reducing agent, that means it will reduce other and oxidize itself. So when this liberated iodine will react with your hyposolution, so what happens? It forms sodium tetraiodide and NaI. So if you can see from 0 it is going to -1 state. So now your iodine is reacted with your hyposolution. But what happens? We have some extra I2 left in the reaction mixture. So we have to, at this point we have to add the starch, which is an indicator. So what happens? Starch acts as an absorbing chemical solution. So it will absorb the excess iodine and form iodine starch complex, which give you blue color. But this is not your end point. We have to continue adding the hyposolution till this blue color will disappear and we will get some white color. That will be our end point. That means all the liberated iodine is reacted with your hyposolution and your complex is formed. So this is the theory behind this reaction. Now we will going to perform the experiment. So as you can see, we have sodium thiosulfate, we have known and unknown solution of copper sulfate, Ki solution and starch. So first thing, I am going to fill the burette with the sodium thiosulfate. So it is a colorless solution. That means we have to take the lower meniscus, make sure it is closed properly. Okay, so it is excess, we'll take it till 0. Now in reaction mixture, in conical flask we have to prepare the reaction mixture and I am taking the known solution of copper sulfate. Its normality is N/40. So have to pipette out 25 ml of it. this we have to take till this circular mark here and to pour it in the conical flask. So do not blow it. To this I am adding 5 ml of 10% KI solution. Using this measuring cylinder, so your 5 ml should be very precise, otherwise you will have excess amount of iodine. So I have taken 5 ml of KI solution and adding it to the copper sulfate solution. So see, this is reacting light yellow color, you can see, that means first reaction is happening. Now continue shaking it so that full iodine will get liberated. So see, if continuous liberation, this is changing into some reddish yellow color, that means your iodine is liberating. So let the iodine liberate. So see, yellow color is changed little bit to reddish yellow color. So now we have to titrate it against the sodium thiosulfate solution. So continue add drop wise adding the solution. Now when this will react with hypo, there will be slight disappearance of the reddish color. We will again get the yellow color. See, reddish brown color is still little bit went off. At this point we have to add 2 to 3 drops of the indicator starch. See, we got the bluish color. We can add some more since yellow color is there. See, we got the bluish color. Now again continue titrating it against the hypo solution. So till the disappearance of blue color. Okay, see, the color is changed to milky white color. So this should be your end point. Here the blue color is disappeared and we got the white color. So record the reading, and similarly you have to find out the concordant reading and take the unknown solution and repeat the same experiment to find the strength of the unknown copper sulfate, to find out the strength of the unknown solution of copper sulfate. So this is all about the experiment. Thank you.